It's a real windy day today, but the sun is out, so the greenhouse is really warm. And all that stuff my husband just got out of here. It was an absolute mess. So these windows have been so bad for about 6 months. Fly poo, and we have a lot of lime in our water, so you get this lime on the windows. So today I'm going to wash the windows. Some people do this really often, and our neighbours have professionals coming ever so often and doing it, but we don't. So it's been a real challenge to look at those windows. See, that's the thing, when you build a greenhouse on your house, you don't really we didn't think, we just did things when we were young. And what happens is, well, first off, you take quite a lot of light away from your house, but also you have to look through quite a lot of windows. So, as you can see here, that's the house all there, and here's the greenhouse, and look at those dirty windows. Let's just go real close. See how disgusting they are. And another thing we didn't realise, we thought when we built it that having double glazed windows was really smart until they all broke, which they did very quickly. They're really not very smart because they expand, and so where we put the screws in, see up there, put the screw in, there's a metal long metal thing that is screwed down to hold the windows down from outside, and as soon as these windows expand, they press towards the screw that's sitting there, and it says crack, and the whole window breaks. And what do we have here? A little lemon tree, actually a dwarf tree. I made a video, but I never posted it. So when I planted it 2 years ago, and see what we have here. It needs a good old wash, so I'll give it a wash today. And it also needs some rainwater, I think. You have to feed these with rainwater. They don't like the limey water. But it's going to get some today, because I'm going to rinse it so the leaves can be nice and green. So here we go. Here's the bucket, and what do I use? I use citric acid and water. That's all I use, because that is fantastic for removing lime. I don't really know how much I use, just a bit, just to dissolve the lime. Get my boots on, because it's going to get wet here in a sec. Just a minute. It's going to be all wet. sweep these with this broom because they are so dirty on the other side of the glass. So that they are really quite white. You can't get this off really, unfortunately, because they're broken. We're going to get them. My husband wants to repair them one day. And there's little bugs in between the two windows. Really very, very silly. So it's just to get the sort of the fly dirt off. These windows over here, these ones down low, I can put this citric acid on. And also this one is good. So it's really the acid that does all the work for me. I don't think you need to use the window rubber thing. All the dirt comes off really well. It is really wonderful to have a greenhouse attached to the house because you get a very microclimate. You have a microclimate, so it's like being in Greece or something, being out here. So we can grow all these different things that you can't grow outdoors, and just the fact that you can, we love to lie in the sun, so we open the doors there and we can sunbake. On a day like this, you couldn't do it outside because it's so sheltered here. We can really enjoy the sun. And it's so important we get sunlight. It's so important. Okay, job almost done. Almost done. It's great. Right now we have a lot of water, but we don't know about the summer, so it can become very precious. Now let's just have a look here. Look at that window there. Can you see how bad it is? How dirty it is? And that one there, look how clean that one is. So just comparing the two. So I'll just keep going. So wonderful. So very easy way to wash windows. And although I'm spraying the water on with the lime in, it's because the acid is still on the window a little bit. We don't get any lime drops. I'll continue the work. See you. All done. Oh, it looks like. Like that window needs some more water. We don't want too much acid on the windows. This is the lazy way because I didn't want to use that rubber thing. So now I just have to sweep this floor. And this floor is actually all second-hand stones we found all those 30 years ago. We came here, or nearly 30 years ago. This has worked so well. And these beds, they go right down to the soil, so it's direct contact with the soil. So anyway, let's do some sweeping. Get this floor looking nice. Sort of nice. Just sweep it right out the door. Right out the door. Jag snackar bara med min filmare. Jag snackar bara med filmen. Nej, jag ska en citron med. Right out the door. Open the windows. Get some air in. And it's going to dry beautifully. All done. See you.